What's going on, guys? DJ Av here, and today we're going to learn how to make this type of pad. And where it comes from, it comes from this pack right here. A lot of people have been wanting to know how I make like pads and stuff like that, and how to make pads. So you can consider this a series for this particular VST in front of us, which is Electra X or Electra X2, because they basically kind of work the same. So I'm gonna go ahead and initialize this, and initialize in the preset is gonna set it back to its default, and it'll sound like this. So from there, we're gonna go ahead and do this. For pads, you'll notice that they usually have a slower attack than like a lead. So how would you adjust that attack? You would do that by going to the volume envelope first and adjust the attack so it's slower. You'll see that it is displayed right here. You'll see that the slope is moving, which means that the attack is slowly going to rise. So from there, with pads usually have like an atmospheric, misty bigness about them. So I'm only using one oscillator right now, and we're going to finish it off with 3. But also, within your oscillators, you have different shapes. And yes, true enough, pads can be made with triangle waveforms or saw waveforms. So we're going to go ahead and move that to look like the slope, and we'll be like halfway there. So pulse width, as you see, it just moves the actual waveform. That's just something of a trick. That allows you to kind of dial in on what part of the harmonic you want to be the most prominent. So it's bigger. The sound is bigger, but there's still a mist of elements that are missing. That noticeably delay band, which is going to allow you to delay the different bands of the harmonics, like your high frequencies, your low frequencies, and your mid. So you definitely need it to be around like to change a couple of things in here, and note that this will control the time of it. Like if I was to go to time 2, cool, right? So I only need 1.2. I just need it that fast. Now, with all basic synth sounds or whatever that you make, regardless of them being a pad or a lead or whatever, there's filtering as well. Filtering cuts off certain frequencies at a particular parameter, especially when you work with a different cutoff, which I'll get into a little bit more. But right now, we're going to talk about the low pass filters. Low pass filters, 12 dB is the most aggressive, while the low pass 24 dB is a little bit smoother. Let me just go ahead and show you real quick. And I probably might have to adjust the cutoff. You see it's a little smoother. It is lower in volume, but it still has some of those analog tendencies that it would have, which you can do with analog, where you can pile up the harmonics. And now we're going to mess with the cutoff. Cutoff cuts out the frequency, as you see. From messing with the cutoff, maybe I should just go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. Right there, and I'm gonna make it a little easier on all of us right now. Quantize. And somehow it still messes up. But it actually sounds kind of cool. I actually like that. So messing with the cutoff, kind of expresses the pad a little bit more. Now there's a plethora of things you could do with this pad now, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Mod matrix, once again, a mod matrix is a really important thing to any VST synth on the market. It doesn't matter which one. So learning the mod matrix on this will help you with other VSTs as well as this basic sound designing tips. So we're gonna add a LFO, an LFO low frequency oscillator, which is basically a waveform, not to be heard, but applied to a different parameter. It will modulate or move that parameter, like you will see it kind of automating. Some VSTs do, but this don't. But nonetheless, the effect is still the same. So what did I want to modulate? The cutoff. Yet you still have a parameter that's set, which how much of the modulation you want. So now you see that it's moving in the form of this triangle wave right here. That's what that is doing. What this is displaying visually is how this is moving. And if I was to adjust the cutoff now, it still do different things. But right now, I want to map it to the BPM. And what it does is it latches on to the DAW host BPM right there, which is 140. Now, that was just a little extra showing you, what you can do as far as expressing, like your pad. You can do song BPM, which it will continuously move, not relatching, but the actual modulation itself will continue to move as like the song. So you can adjust the speed of it, which could be non-musical. While others just be slow. Now, funny enough, I did not use this process to get that whiffle about it, or the very expressive delay. I'm gonna set it to 0 again. What I did was I just set the low pass filters to 24 dB, and then serial. You get that. But here's something that's just really simple right here. Using these inner parameters do wonders for making like that, kind of like that pure modular analog sound that VSTs make. That real hardware makes. Don't kill me. But yeah. But you can actually kind of tune in the fine, and it'll make like it will definitely like break the rules of like your basic scale. Like it won't be homogeneous, if that would work for you. See, this is CEG, but adding some fine to make it kind of waverly will kind of detune it. And then that's when you have it. But there's another thing that's missing. with that insert effect that's setting the delay bands, there's another effect here. It that makes pads huge, which not having the right kind of reverb on a sound will make it either sound big and rich or trash. But one thing that Tone 2 really excels at is their effects. Which I'm gonna go ahead and roll that back. And I'm gonna adjust the mix knob. And adjusting this mix knob will cut away that reverb cathedral effect, or dilute the sound in it if you go all the way to the right. So less, more, or what we call wet and dry. But this pad is pretty big. You know, if I was to add more overall volume, I think it would just be overtaking. It depends on how you like to listen to music, if you like it blaring loud or whatever. Let's see. But yeah, that's a true thing about pads, man. That's really how a pad works. And you can take it a step further, and perhaps you don't like, you know, the second oscillator within this layer, having the triangle saw at that pulse width. You could try a sine saw, or if you're feeling crazy, happy go crazy, you could try the bell. And, you know, if you're feeling really adventurous, you could try sync and FM. But yeah, and you know, just one more for the road as far as making a pad in Electro X2. You can work with the filter right here. This filter right here, or this filter envelope, is basically will help with how your cutoff expresses itself. Like we use to set that fade right here, how it'll fade in. And I adjust this right here. Now, playing with the envelope a little bit. Hell, I might even go crazy and just add the cutoff again, which I think it might be a little bit too much, but hey, let's try it. One more crazy thing. Let's modulate the pulse width, which you use this first category right here, which is basically your oscillator screen page. I'm gonna go and do pulse width 1, and I'm gonna add the elbow 1 in there. And I'm probably gonna do elbow 2. And you know, you can change your different shapes. Yeah, it can get really crazy within Electro X2. Hopefully, you learned something from this video. But yeah, it's basically just to run down the pads and how you can change a pad and how you can make it crazy, evolving, and all that stuff, man. So you know, like this video if you like it, give it. Please leave a comment, you know, and ask questions because I will definitely discuss with you in the comment section as well. I'm DJ McCree, and I am out of here.